Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling a super common issue that, let's be real, nobody really wants to talk about at the dinner table. We're talking about hemorrhoids. But we're going to strip away all the awkwardness, keep things totally judgment-free, and get straight into the actual science, the root causes, and most importantly, the remedies that actually work. So, look around. We're constantly sitting at our desks, grabbing fast food on the go, stressing out. It kind of makes you ask a pretty crucial question. Are we seeing so many people suffer from this just because of old age? Or is our modern way of living the real culprit here? Let's figure that out. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at the modern lifestyle problem, figure out what hemorrhoids actually are, go over the symptoms, bust some common myths, check out home remedies and treatments, and wrap up with prevention. All right, jumping right into section 1, the modern lifestyle problem, and exactly how our daily habits are driving this issue. Honestly, it's a bit of a perfect storm. When we look at our everyday routines, it becomes super clear why this happens. We've got continuous straining from constipation, mostly because we're eating low-fiber diets packed with oily, processed junk foods instead of, actual fresh produce. Combine that with sedentary office jobs, sitting in traffic for hours, we are literally just sitting way too much. Throw in physical strain from heavy lifting or chronic cough, plus the extra bodily pressure from obesity or pregnancy. Oh, and yeah, genetics and family history definitely play a part too. Kind of makes you wonder how many of these habits are just baked into your daily routine, right? Moving right along to section 2, what are hemorrhoids? Let's get into the actual medical facts. Simply put, hemorrhoids are just swollen, inflamed veins located down in the lower rectum and anus. It's really just a mechanical issue of pressure and inflammation. When you sit for too long or strain, the pressure makes those veins swell up and bulge out. That's literally it. Now, it's super important to understand the two main types here so you know exactly what your body is telling you. First up, internal hemorrhoids. These are tucked away inside the rectum. Because of where they are, they're usually painless, but they're often the sneaky culprit behind fresh bleeding. On the flip side, we have external hemorrhoids. These are located right around the outside of the anus. And yep, these are the ones that cause that noticeable pain, the swelling, the persistent itching, and those physical lumps. Knowing the difference, that's your first step to taking back control. Which naturally brings us to section 3, recognizing the symptoms, because you definitely shouldn't ignore the warning signs. The key here is spotting these signs early on without panicking, okay? The absolute most common red flag is seeing fresh red blood during a bowel movement. You might also feel some swelling, painful lumps or itching down there, maybe even some mucus discharge. Now, in really severe cases, things can progress to what doctors call thrombosed hemorrhoids, which are basically just incredibly painful blood clots inside the swollen vein. But hey, if you're experiencing these, it's just your body's way of flashing a warning light, asking for a change in routine, or a quick doctor visit. All right, section 4, myths versus facts. It's time to clear up some major confusion. We absolutely have to stop blaming everything on age. Myth number 1, this is just an old person problem. The fact, as we've seen, it's heavily driven by our modern lifestyle, diet, obesity, pregnancy, sitting around all day. Myth number 2, you can't cure them and you're just stuck living in discomfort forever. No way. The medical reality is exactly the opposite. They are highly controllable. With simple lifestyle tweaks and proper medical care, you do not have to just live with this. So let's talk solutions. Section 5, home remedies and treatments, and how to actually start finding some relief. This is where things get super practical, starting right at home. Step 1, bump up your fiber intake immediately. We're talking fruits, veggies, whole grains. Step 2, hydrate. You've got to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day to keep things moving smoothly. Step 3, try a Sitz bath. Sounds fancy, but it just means sitting in a shallow bit of warm water. It works absolute wonders for reducing pain and swelling. Step 4, grab some over-the-counter creams with witch hazel or hydrocortisone for targeted relief. And step 5, get moving. A little walking or yoga safely improves your blood circulation and really helps reduce the pooling of blood in those veins. But listen, if the home stuff isn't quite cutting it, don't sweat it. Modern medicine has some seriously effective clinical fixes. Your doctor might suggest medications like mild laxatives or prescribed painkillers. There's also rubber band ligation, which sounds intense, but it basically just cuts off the blood supply so the lump naturally falls off. Then there's sclerotherapy, which is a quick injection to shrink the vein, or infrared coagulation, which uses targeted heat to take down the swelling. And for the most severe cases, surgeries like a hemorrhoidectomy or stapled hemorrhoidopexy are incredibly effective. The big takeaway here, medical science has you completely covered.
And that brings us to our final section, prevention and final thoughts, because securing your health long-term is all about what you do next.
Look, the absolute best defense here is a proactive lifestyle. You got to maintain that high fiber diet long term. This isn't just a weekend fix. Keep drinking plenty of water every single day. Try to avoid sitting for hours on end. Seriously, if you work at a desk, get up and walk around. Never strain or force things in the bathroom. And finally, just keep moving. Exercise regularly to manage your weight and keep your circulation pumping. It's basically about keeping that water bottle handy, stepping away from the laptop, and eating your veggies. If there's one big realization to take away from this entire explainer, it's this. Stop making excuses and understand the real causes. We can't keep hiding behind the getting older excuse. We have to take direct control of our own health habits. So, I want to leave you with a question to really chew on. Knowing what we know now about these lifestyle triggers, what small daily habit are you going to change today to protect your future health? Are you going to drink an extra glass of water? Maybe take a quick walk after lunch? The power is literally in your hands. If you found this explainer helpful and hopefully a little empowering, please subscribe, like, and share my channel for more clear, structured health insights. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you